It was the most revolting thing I've seen, I've heard. It's the most revolting rhetoric I've heard in the United States, I think, in my lifetime. But it's what we are. This is what we are as a nation. Half this nation has just been told by the person pretending to be the leader of the free world that the other half of the nation is in, I'm going to quote, clear and present danger. Dave, you are a clear and present danger. I am a clear and present danger. Everybody listening is a clear and present danger, except for the liberal trolls. It was absolutely unmatched. It was an unparalleled low moment in the history of this nation. At least in my lifetime in the history of this nation. But that's coming up. We're going to talk a bit more about it. I don't have any more rage to give to this guy. I just don't. I was watching it last night. I'm about 11 minutes in. I'm galled. I'm stunned that the backdrop looks like a cross between a Hitler speech and a black mass. You know what it was called? The speech was called The Soul of America. That was the name of the speech. Which is why I can't shake the dark, dark nature of that backdrop. And why I've been calling it Biden's Black Mass all day. Soul of America. But I was galled watching it, and then after about 11, 12 minutes, I was just sick watching it. It got absurd. It just got absurd. Thank you, God, for making it get absurd as he starts projecting and making accusations that the MAGA Republicans hate democracy, and MAGA Republicans hate the Constitution, MAGA Republicans don't want to protect privacy, MAGA Republicans want to take away your contraceptives, MAGA Republicans hate elections and hate democracy and hate. If Freud were alive, he'd be giggling. It was the most unbelievable expression of projection in a speech, probably in the history of speeches. Republicans. And you know how as you're watching our country be delivered into the hands of not a sick and demented man, but a sick, demented, and evil man. We're going to talk about some of the things that sick, demented, and evil man planned to deliver us to. How about energy scarcity? By the way, he didn't mention inflation or the border or crime. He didn't mention energy scarcity or the supply chain problem or inflation or the recession. Of course not. MAGA Republicans are the single greatest clear and present danger. Who are MAGA Republicans? Everybody who didn't vote for Joe Biden. That's who he meant. Half the country. Incidentally, today, I'm not even kidding you, to quote a friend of mine, clean up in aisle 5. Biden comes out today and says, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that. I didn't say that Trump and Trump supporters were, quote, a threat to the country. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that. I don't consider Donald Trump supporters to be a threat to the United States. I just said that, they were a threat to the United States. He's actually trying to convince people he didn't say what he said last night with a blood-red, Nazi-like backdrop featuring 2 United States Marines whose faces were shielded in shadow, essentially not just making it look like a threat to half the country. This is, by the way, all supposed to be a speech in pursuit of unity. This is after 2 days before he said, you people with your AR-15s, we got F-15s. He's telegraphing But and he's saying it out loud, but he's also telegraphing that we're a military target. He had two Marines in dress uniforms standing behind him with their faces in shadow. It was so Hitlerian, you almost couldn't... You couldn't believe you were watching it. But then, and I had to hear this audio isolated, but this is how you knew God was watching along with the country, who was appalled. Even some Democrats were appalled by this. Even some CNN anchors were appalled by this. I won't even call it a speech. It was a declaration of war. It was a declaration of war on half the country. But there's a guy in the background with a bullhorn screaming, F Joe Biden. Thank you. Whoever that guy is, thank you.